I'll start it very basic and then get a little more advanced. Yeah. So. So yes, so some of those phrases, might sound familiar to you guys, but here's the thing. I believe that if you were able to imitate those phrases pretty closely, hearing it maybe once or twice, that means that you got that basic vocabulary down, yeah? Because as a guitar player, we hear something, and if we recognize the sound, like, a good example is that one. If we know how to do this because we did it before ourselves, then we'll just hear it and we immediately can play it, right? But if we don't know one of those sonic tricks, like, like even something simple like, if that's just like a foreign word that we haven't learned yet, then we'll have a hard time figure out what it is. Does that make sense? So, yeah, so that those building blocks are really crucial to know, I would say. And I'm actually gonna do a little tap of it because I want you all to know those licks and eventually be able to modify them yourselves and adjust them to different musical situations. The end goal should not be to just slavishly repeat what I'm doing here, but really take those building blocks and develop your own free phrases out of it. Yeah, and some of it might have triplets. Some of it might have 16th notes. You also want to be able to modify them, like I said, yeah, rhythmically, and form your own rhythmic phrases out of it. And we'll talk a little bit more how we can get there to get that freedom to modify those phrases, yeah. But first, of course, depending on where you are, you need to learn how to bend properly, yeah? Because those bends are an integral part of how good those licks sound, yeah? Give me a 3 in the comments if that makes sense, you know, that you need to work on your bending and make it rock solid, yeah? That's a huge part of it, yeah? I mean, let's not beat around the bush. So, you know, if that's something, if those phrases sound kind of like, you know, let's put it that way, if you cannot replicate them immediately after hearing them, then, you know, it might be also because your bendings are not that solid or kind of intuitive or connected to you. So, you know, it's definitely a good idea to just find the most common places in the pentatonic and the most common pentatonic bendings. Let's go over them really quick. Yeah? So I'm going to go over them per pentatonic box. Yeah, because we have those 5 box shapes. I mean, I'm not going to get to basics. I'm assuming that all of you guys know the 5 pentatonic box shapes. Give me a 1 in the comments if you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but I'm assuming there's no beginners here, or we got some advanced beginners. But okay, so here in this, but don't be ashamed if you don't know it. You know, comment. So okay, so here in the first box, we got, of course, the root note bend here. And then also bending to the 4th. You know, it's also good to kind of know which note you're bending to in the scale degree. Yeah, so this is my root note bend. Just do it with me at home. And then this is my 4th, bends to the 4th kind of, yeah. So you want to be solid with those, yeah. Then this is my bends to the 5th. You know, if you have troubles with the intonation, always hit the target note. That's the way you can really check yourself how well your bendings are. Okay, then what other bends do we have? So here you can also bend to the 4th here. So here's another bend that I want to really talk about, and that's the smear bend, which, you know, I'm just bending a slight bit. So specifically I'm using that on the 3rd a lot, yeah? Because in the bluesy kind of playing, you know, the 3rd is the note that is not exactly on the minor 3rd, but so you can play around with that and really, you know, hit that in-between tone. So those bendings really bring those pentatonic phrases to life. You know, if I just play. So. And it sounds really boring, right? But if I play, I really have a interesting phrase, yeah? Yes, so here in this position, I also have the 5th here. And then, you know, I'm not really bending to the 3rd that much, but I can do that as well, right? Bending to the 3rd. And then so you want to go through all those different bendings that are possible. You know, bend up here to the minor 3rd. And then bend up to the 5th here. So, you know, your ear already tells you, if you're a little accustomed to it, your ear will tell you which note you're bending to, and that matters because each interval has a different color and quality, yeah? So you want to be aware of where you're bending to. That's the 5th. also helps you to find that lick in another place, because you know, okay, I'm bending to the fifth here, I'm bending to the fifth here. No, down here, when I'm here in the what I call the first pentatonic box. That's really the first one, yeah. And so I have another root note down here. And again, I'm bending to the third here. And then here I can bend to the seventh, to the flat seventh. Right? And then can bend to the third again. And then so that's pretty much, you know, a lot of the bends that we have. And then I have another one here, you know, then I'm coming back to the third position with the root note on the E string, so it repeats here, of course. So that's another way you want to be able to really, you know, get your fretboard's GPS going and really know your way around the fretboard and know where those bends are sitting and which notes are you reaching with them, yeah? So 4, I'm bending to the 4, this is the 7th. This is the smear bend again on the 3rd. It keeps repeating. There's only 5 notes in the pentatonic, yeah? But knowing this really makes you more aware which notes you're playing, yeah? Instead of just playing the scale up and down, you know, this really a very unmusical thing to do, yeah? Because that's not how music is made. Does it make sense? Give me a 5 in the comments if you understand what I'm talking about, you know, but you might not be so intuitively connected with all those bands and, you know, understand where you're bending to. So that's what I want you to work on here after this class.